a 6,344-metre high peak in the high-harsh mountain range of the Andes. After reaching the summit of the mountain, they began their descent down the north ridge of the peak. With poor conditions, their progress was pushed down. After a disastrous incident where Joe Simpson broke his leg, his partner Simon Yates is placed in the position of having to cut Joe's climbing rope. Making his way down the mountain, Simon held the belief that his partner was dead. Although his leg was indeed broken, Simon miraculously made his way back down and was eventually rescued. More on this story after the break. Simon Yates and Joe Simpson were the first mountaineers to attempt to climb the Suida Grande. Several teams had tried and failed. Yates and Simpson had in fact been successful in their attempts. After Simpson slipping down an ice cliff and landing, crushing his tibia into his knee, consequently breaking his right leg. Having run out of fuel with bad weather closing in, I've lost my place. Here we go. Having run out of fuel with bad weather closing in and daylight fading, they needed to make their descent to the glacier about 3,000 feet below quickly. Our sources have informed us that Yates then proceeded to lower Simpson off the north ridge. With storm conditions worsening by the second and darkness closing in, Yates lowered Simpson off the side of the cliff without car. Due to the fact that Yates was sitting higher up on the mountain, he was unable to see or hear Simpson. He could only feel that Simpson had all his weight on the climbing rope. Attempting to use a proof ski knot to send the rope, Simpson, with frostbitten hands, could not tie the knots properly and dropped one of the cords required. As you can see, they were in a very bad position. Simpson could not climb up the rope, Yates could not pull him back up. With the snow around Yates' belay set about to give out, since the pair were tied together, both would be proved to their death. To save his own life, Yates made the decision of cutting the rope that bound both partners. After Yates cut the rope, Simpson reportedly plummeted down the cliff into a deep crevice. Exhausted and suffering from hypothermia, Yates proceeded to wait out the storm in a snow cave. During his descent the next day, Yates reached the crevice and realised the situation Simpson had been in. Calling for Simpson but hearing no reply, he assumed that his partner dead and continued with the ascent. However, Simpson was alive. Having survived the 150-foot fall despite his broken leg, he had landed on a small edge inside the crevice. After regaining consciousness, Simpson discovered that the climbing rope had been cut and Yates would presume him dead, meaning he had to save himself. With the impossibility of climbing up the entrance of the crevice, his only choice was to go deeper into the crevice and hope there was another way out. Simpson had found another small entrance and climbed back onto the glacier. Simpson spent 3 days without food and barely any water, making his way back to a base camp. In a state of exhaustion and delirium, he reached the camp mere hours before Yates had intended to return to civilization. Will Simon and Yates continue as friends, and will Yates be forced to undergo a